Good afternoon, Hearne ISD parents, families, guardians, and community members. Welcome to this week's Eagle Check-in, the first of spring 2023. Today is January 13th, 2023. Welcome back to all of our students and scholars to the spring 2023 semester. We're excited to have you back. Heads up for high school parents, students, and guardians. December 2022 EOC test results are returning this week and next week. If your student tested a December EOC last month, you can expect a score report to go home next week. This week, school districts received score summary reports that gave an overview of how all students who participated did on the December EOC test. Just yesterday, we received access to online reporting for our teachers and other staff members. And next week, January 19th, is when the TEA has told us to expect student STAR EOC report cards to become available. Therefore, once report cards become available to us here at Hearne High School, we will be sending home score reports with your students. Please feel free to call up to the high school campus with any questions, but know that student score reports will be provided next week once report cards are received. This month is School Board Recognition and Appreciation Month. So to the Hearne ISD Board of Trustees, thank you for your collaboration, for your growth mindset, for your focus on positive whole student outcomes, and for everything you do to help our Eagles to soar. We will continue to move forward together and to grow together in Hearne ISD, together with our local school board and all those who support Hearne ISD and its mission, vision, and goals. Thank you to the Hearne ISD Board of Trustees this recognition month. This week, we have an academic spotlight at Hearne High School with our biology teacher, Ms. Carias. Thank you to Ms. Carias for everything you do every single day to help your students in the area of biology. This is a tested subject and a subject that is required for graduation. Thank you for doing what you can to make sure your teaching is engaging to your students and that they learn through engaging in their learning. Thank you for the project-based learning you have implemented with this hands-on STEM learning. This last week, we were able to highlight a DNA experiment where students were extracting DNA from plant cells. They were able to use their test tubes and other scientific materials to both extract DNA from plant cells and to also model DNA using other food items. So again, thank you to Ms. Carias. You are a new teacher at Hearne ISD, and we are very glad to have you. We look forward to seeing how your students perform going forward and how they take their learning with them into their lives. This is a reminder from last month that this month, January 2023, all STAR tested subjects from 3rd grade through high school EOC level will be participating in the STAR interim assessment here in Hearne ISD. The STAR interim assessment is not an assessment that affects graduation or promotion requirements. The STAR interim is a benchmark style assessment that will provide teachers, principals, and other staff information on how students are doing in their classes as it pertains to STAR performance. Again, this is not an assessment that will affect promotion or graduation requirements, but a benchmark assessment that will give us an idea of how our students are doing so they can be most successful as possible at the end of the year when they do take the STAR assessment. More information from TA is linked in the description of this video, or feel free to scan the QR code to view a video from the TEA. While we're talking about assessment, let's take a moment to review texasassessment.gov. texasassessment.gov is the state's portal for all assessment programs, including STAR and STAR EOC, STAR Alt 2, TELPAS, and TELPAS Alternate for emerging bilingual students. texasassessment.gov provides access to the Family Score Portal, where you can view student performance online for the STAR and TELPAS assessments. texasassessment.gov also provides access to practice test questions and other assessment information and resources. So let's take a moment to check it out. If you visit texasassessment.gov, as it's shown on your screen, you'll be taken to this home page. texasassessment.gov first takes you to students and families. You can view the home page here as well, or go to students and families to access other information. Other information for teachers and educators and testing personnel is also linked here. But for now, let's check out students and families. Each assessment program does also have a landing page. You can click STAR for more information about the STAR test, information about how to help your child prepare and succeed on the STAR assessment, STAR frequently asked questions, the testing calendar, and information about the STAR redesign. Last month, we also shared this video about the STAR redesign, Remember that the STAR will look different this year than it has in the past. There are new item types, new questions coming to the STAR that students have not seen on the STAR assessment in the past. Additionally, you can access the family portal using a unique code. This unique code is present on every single STAR report card that the TEA sends home that you receive from your school. But if you don't have access to one of those report cards, you can look up your student's access code using the feature online. The only thing you'll need from the school is the student's TSDS ID. Those can be obtained by simply calling your campus front desk. If you'd like to see previous STAR tests that the TEA has released, there are previous STAR tests from as early as 2013 when STAR began. You can click any of these links to view the most recent STAR release test to see exactly what your student took in that year on the STAR assessment for the subject area you are viewing. Additionally, since the STAR is being redesigned this year, I would recommend you check out the practice test login. The practice test login is just what it says. You can use this to sign into practice testing. You don't need to have sign-in information. You can simply proceed as a guest user, leaving both of these switches on. If you click sign in, you'll have the option to select a specific grade level to view information about that grade level. Let's look at 10th grade for instance. I can also see those release tests here we were just viewing a moment ago. These are past STAR tests that you can view in the online system, although this system does not go as far back as the other page we just looked at. If I go back to view other tests, I can also see information about the new redesigned tests that are coming this year. If you click STAR Redesign Practice Test, you can see an example of what a practice test may look like. Again, this is not an exact test that a student will be using this year in the spring, but it does show some example questions for what the student may see on the STAR test this spring. This is one example of a new item type, number 3 right here. In the past, all questions looked like number 1 or 2, where there was a question and a simple multiple choice A, B, C, or D question and answer choice. Now we'll see different things such as multi-select. This question says select the correct answer in each row. So each of these rows has at least one correct answer, where a student will have to choose the correct answer in each row, not just a simple multiple choice question. If you continue viewing the assessments, you may find other item types as well. What is nice about this online system is that there are example questions and tests for every subject area that STAR is tested in. So 3rd grade up, there is a test view for every subject area. If I go to 5th grade, I'll also see there are science tests available, because in 5th grade and 8th grade, students also participate in a science test as well as math and reading like they do in every year. If I go to 8th grade, I'll also see an example social studies test, because students test social studies in 8th grade. And if I go to the EOC tested levels, I'll also see all the EOC subjects: English 1, English 2, biology, US history, and algebra if I go to another year. If you have other information or questions about the STAR, STAR Alt 2, TELPAS, TELPAS Alternate, any school reporting questions, or anything else of that nature, please feel free to contact your student's campus for more information, and we'll be glad to direct you to the best information possible. Do you follow us on Twitter at Hearne ISD? We post news, information, shout-out successes, and more at Hearne ISD on Twitter. Additionally, you can view the Twitter feed on Hearne ISD's homepage. Attendance matters for every student every day, especially this spring semester as we do have testing approaching. This testing is important to inform our teachers and staff of where your student is in their learning, so we can provide appropriate accommodations and learning experiences to your students so they can be successful on their end of year testing when they participate in STAR or STAR EOC at the end of the year for graduation or promotion. Again, please visit hearneisd.com to view calendar and event information, news and announcements, helpful information and resources, and other social media updates. We will post news and announcements on the Hearne ISD homepage to link to further information as needed. That brings us to the end of this week's Hearne ISD Eagle Check-in. Thank you for checking in this week. Remember to check your students' grades in Ascender at hearneisd.com. You can click the Ascender Parent Portal. Through Ascender, you can view your students' grades and attendance. Heads up, the last day of the 4th 6 weeks that just began is February 16th. Attendance matters every day for every student. Tardies, absences, and even excused absences can affect your students' academic growth. Please work with your students and their teachers to ensure a consistent learning experience even across absences. Important points from today's Eagle check-in. Please remember that December EOC test results are coming. Your student may have already been told about their score report by their teacher, counselor, or other staff member, but we will be sending home report cards once they're received next week from the TEA. Check out the Hearne ISD website often for news and updates. Please contact me, Jay Lander, about GED or English classes if you're interested in participating. These are available for free to qualifying individuals. And please follow us on social media, on Twitter at MyHearneISD. Thanks for checking in this week, Eagles. For now, I'm checking out. Have a great weekend.